Hello friends, and here we are with another Senor Jefe video. We are going to look at a website called Edmodo today. And maybe a lot of you already know about this Edmodo, but I didn't. I was in my starting my fifth year of teacher, and I still hadn't learned about this website called Edmodo. So just in case you don't, here's Edmodo. It is a learning management software. It's not, all inclusive. But there's a lot of good stuff that comes or that you can do with Edmodo, and I use it almost every day. It's just been fantastic to use for a lot of different reasons. So first of all, this is the main page. This is edmodo.com, and you can sign up for a free account, and that is one thing I love about this is that it is 100% free. And it's, yeah. So sign up for an account. You can kind of edit your profile and let everybody know where you are. Let's just kind of dive into it. I'll show you just a little glimpse of a lot of the things that I do with Edmodo. So let's take a look here. Sign in first. And let's get to it. So one thing that I love, and I've mentioned this a few times in my videos, I love to get all of the students engaged. I love to see every single student participating and engaged, and this is one of the ways that I can do that. I use one specific feature of Edmodo to try and get engagement from all of the students. So here is my initial profile. Right at the beginning you have a feed, just like you would in Facebook. A lot of other teachers are on here and they share things and post things. You can see things that you've posted recently and things like that. And really what this does is it just connects you and your students together. It just kind of creates a platform where students can connect with you and a class and connect, and you can create classes so that you can all kind of join into the class where you can have a feed as a class. People, students can post things like Facebook or other sites like that. It also has a messaging type service so that you can right here click on messages. All of the students that you have connected to you are you can message them and upload files and everything like that, which is nice for privacy. But however, it does have a good transparency because parents can connect to this Edmodo account as well. So that it's not just some sketchy messaging just the student, right? Parents can connect and see what the students are doing, and so I use this message feature often to have students send me work and for me to send them instructions or just to kind of check with them and see how they're doing, things like that. It's not like the #1 messaging service, the greatest thing in the world. We use it because I'm teaching here in China. I use WeChat with my students, which is like another discussion altogether. And that one is more reliable and more of the students use it, but this is just a secondary way to get the stuff out to students. And so let's take a look at classes, right? So the first thing you'll probably want to do is, as a teacher, is you want to create some classes. You just come over here. It's pretty quick. You can create class, name it. Typically what I do is I'll have the period because I teach the same class at different periods. So, our classes naming system typically goes P1 and then the name of the class, like I teach educational and computer technology, and then I can describe it. This description really hasn't been, I haven't used it a whole lot, but you can if you want. Select a grade. Now this isn't always kind of hard because in my ECT class I have 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, but I just say, hey, it's mostly for 9th graders, so that's about right. And then computer technology, and then a subject if there is one. There isn't for computer technology. And then you can change a color, which is nice because it just helps me easily differentiate between, period 1 and period 2, period 3 classes. Like, I just know that like my color for period 1 is gray, and then period 2 is red, those things. So I can just really quickly know what is going on. So anyways, we're just going to go ahead and create that. I already have a period 1 educational computer technology, so I'm going to delete this afterwards. But you can add students by creating, just like it says there, you can create accounts for them, or you can invite students to join, like a bulk invite kind of a thing. You can paste or post this to an email group, or share a PDF, invite by email. There's a lot of different ways that you can get this out there. Typically at the beginning, the first class, or the very first class that I have with my students is getting them connected to Edmodo, and pretty much the whole class is just making sure that every single student is connected on Edmodo. And even still, there's some problems with emails or whatever, but that's like my first class, is just making sure that they're all on there. This is an option too. You can just kind of create a student accounts for everyone. That's a good option too if you want to go about it that way. But this is basically going to the class. When I look at, or when I have all of my students join, most of the students in the school already have an Edmodo account, and so that way I can just show this class code. And there's a way, in fact, let me show you. What I do, and this is a good tip for any teacher anywhere, is to create a student, like a fake student account. So this right here is my my teacher account still, but I'm going to log out, and then I'm actually going to log into my student account. Let me, I call it Junior Hefe. I'm so funny. And so I'm going to log into my student account, and I'll show you on the other side. Like I said, such a good idea to have a fake student account so that you can see what is actually happening on the student side versus the teacher side. Make sure things are posting correctly. Make sure that quizzes or things are working the way that you feel like they should. And a lot of times I'll kind of go through and test either quizzes, or I'll test things just to make sure that they work correctly. So what you'll do is, on the student side, this is the student account. Now you can click join a group, and then you just type in that code. So I would type in this MFJC4Q. I'll copy that, Command C or Control C, and then Command V or Control V to paste, and then join. And now that I've joined, I can see anything that's happening here. So if we go back and post something, I'll just say, hey, hello, right? Or one thing that I like to do, in fact, obviously I can post that. One thing that's kind of fun is this create a poll thing. So I can say, do you like the ECT class? That's Educational Computer Technology. And then I can say yes or no. And then I can post that. And then once that's posted on the student side, I'm going to refresh, just Command R, Control R to refresh quickly. That post will come up, and then when I submit a vote, right, of course I can say yes, submit vote. Yay, there we go. So it shows me that I voted, and then back here I can refresh the votes. Once again, this is my teacher side, and I can see. So I'll do this sometimes when we're doing an activity to, say, hey, did you like this activity, or do you want to play Quizlet Live or Kahoot right now, or something like that? And so we'll get some votes either way, and that's one way to get some participation from the students and just to see. So I do like to do that. So that's just kind of a look at Edmodo. You can post things here for sure, as a teacher or a student, and a lot of times I post links. Let me show you actually one of my classes right now. What we do here, and that's true, I do give it a name. So this is my official name, P1 Educational Computer Technology 2020 to 2021, semester 2, right? Because it's only a 1 semester class. So just really, I get really specific about the class. But this is a common post, one that I post every single day, And when parents are connected, this is great because you can really easily communicate with parents what you're doing that day, so that it just gives them the information that they need. And then I post links. So right here's a link to, I'm pointing on the screen, but you can't see that. Anyways, so here's here's the to-do list for today, right? We're going to do our typing test, and they can click right here on the link that will take them to the typing test. We talked today about ECT innovators, people who have done some sort of innovation in computers. And then we talk about, and then here's an assignment that I post. Here's a link to our official school LMS or learning management software. And then here is the a link to just a folder of videos that they can watch that have instructions on them. And so this is what I do just about every day, right? You can see that I post here every day what we're doing that day, and it's really helpful. It's helpful to keep me organized. And then here you can see this is where I've asked students to research and post something, and this is common in my class where I'll say, okay, go do some research, and in this particular case I said find something that looks like a research essay, because we're working with Microsoft Word and trying to create research essays. So I said go find a research essay and post a picture of that on Edmodo. And so they just go through, and I can see all of the students are participating, and this helps me know that they know what a research essay is, and they can kind of take a look at that. So here you can see some of the examples. This is a lot of my students that have posted, and then here's another post from another day. So this is what I like to do to really help engagement, get a lot of students participating. And so that is just kind of a quick overview of some of the main things that you can do with Edmodo.